free gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST for a 20.
WGNS Action Line, talking with Rutherford County newsmakers about what matters most to you. Weekday mornings at 8:10 on News Radio WGNS.
Sometimes, strange things can happen.
Coast to coast, all night, every night.
There's really no reason to be afraid.
On WGNS, AM, FM, online. We're the Good Neighbor Network. FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro. FM 100.5 Smyrna. Audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Good morning on a Thursday morning. This is Bill Krause on the WGNS Radio Roundtable, Thursday morning edition. And this morning we have one of our favorite highlights that we look forward to every few months. We have the lovely Sarah Callender, who brings us about every 2 to 3 months members of the downtown Murfreesboro group that are the merchants and the business people who basically make downtown and the downtown area of Murfreesboro not only very attractive for our people in Rutherford County, but more and more a destination point for people from throughout Middle Tennessee. So, Sarah, I'm going to put this on you. Would you introduce our two guests who are wonderful people, bringing a real interesting dimension to the consumer and the resident of Rutherford County?
I would love to. It's my pleasure to be on here, so thank you for inviting Main
Always a
Street,
pleasure.
Murfreesboro. I'm excited to have Lindsay with us today. I'll introduce her first. Lindsay is a young entrepreneur, grew up in Murfreesboro, came to the square to watch her dad work on the square, and then went off to college, got a degree, and she decided to start her own business.
Great.
So she was very successful and then launched a brick and mortar right here on the square that opened up in 2025 called the Grand Exchange. So we're excited to have you on here, Lindsay.
Well, and then maybe before we go on with Daniel, Lindsay can tell us where you went to school, your college, your major. All about Lindsay, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So, like Sarah said, I was born and raised in Murfreesboro. I graduated from Oakland High School.
Great.
Which is where my dad graduated from. So we've been here for a long time.
What business did he have in this? Was in the square he had a business?
Yes. He was a contractor.
Okay.
So he built houses and did repairs, things like that. Now he does concrete and asphalt. So he has a warehouse. Still
great
in Murfreesboro,
foundation.
But yeah. But then after I graduated from Oakland, I did my undergraduate at Mississippi State University. And I graduated with a degree in supply chain and logistics. And
which is it?
Supply chain and logistics.
Supply chain. I have a granddaughter majoring in that, graduating this spring.
It's a fantastic field to be in. And then I actually went on to get my master's at the University of Colorado in Colorado Springs. And I got my master's in business administration there.
How did you reach out to Colorado, being a Rutherford County girl?
I actually was looking for places that had great graduate scholarships.
Or skiing?
Yes, and I'm a
Okay.
big, I love the outdoors. I'm a big hiker. So Colorado was great to live in for just about 2 years, but yeah.
And then you came back to Murfreesboro.
Yes, we moved back last January.
Good for you. So you're celebrating a year with
Yes.
the bookstore.
Yeah, well, actually, we opened the bookstore at the end of September, early October of 2025.
Oh, you're just a newbie.
Oh, yes.
Super. And Sarah, and our second guest?
Yes, and then we've got Daniel. Daniel you've been open for 2 years now.
These are both newbies.
November 22nd.
Okay, so
A
yeah.
year and some
Wow.
change.
Almost 2
3 months.
years. But Daniel brought the first speakeasy to Murfreesboro. I think I can say that officially. And he actually won the Downtown Design Award from Main Street Murfreesboro last year for the work that he did, completely transforming an empty dirt floor basement of a building on the square. How many hundreds of years old the building was? 1887.
If the walls
And-
could talk.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! But the space is absolutely gorgeous. Brought his idea of a speakeasy to Murfreesboro, and it has just blossomed. And he's just a great creative entrepreneur. So we're excited to have him on here to talk about what he
And
did.
Daniel, where were you born, and where was your life journey?
Life journey. I'll try to make it quick because I just turned 50 this year. So
Really? And I'm going to say this publicly. You are the youngest looking half-century person I've ever met.
and I will take that all day.
Oh, you're the youngest half-century person.
So yeah, we born in Florida.
What part?
Lakeland
Oh,
General
okay,
Hospital.
okay.
My dad was also born there. Grew up in Plant City. Moved to Fort Myers during high school. Played football. Played a lot of sports growing up. Was very competitive, and then left there. Went to Edison College. Wanted to stick around for my mom around that time, and then moved up to Orlando and had a very successful music career, which took me
In which regard? In
the rock industry.
okay.
Had a band called Olive Carpet. It was around the modern rock times, and then did really well. 9/11 impacted that, and so I had a really good friend that was living here, working for Capitol Records. Asked me if I'd come up and start playing guitar, and he would give me a job, and so I came up and got to play with quite a few.
If I had known this, Sarah,
So-
I would have asked him to bring his guitar with him.
And I probably would have, just foolishly. So, and then, so yeah, I kept struggling on the struggle bus, was doing that, and then I was waited a long time to get married, and so I was like 43 or 44, I think, when I met the right woman finally, and I also had a son around that time, and we decided to. I hoodooed her into moving from Atlanta to here, and I remember the very first time we went out, she was wearing a beautiful cocktail dress, and I was in a in a jacket, and we were walking around, and there was one place, well, there was two, but it was Whiskey Dick's, and we walked in, and my wife was a little bit stunned, and yet had that same look on her face, like, wow, you took me from Atlanta, which is this wonderful metropolitan
Urban
area.
metropolitan, yep.
Yeah, and where she could get everything from the opera to fine dining, and I just promised her that night that I would build a place she could wear a cocktail dress to.
Wow.
And we have a dress code,
Oh, really?
and and
We all
the
have to wear
ladies-
cocktail dresses?
I would love to see that, actually.
No, I
Bob.
don't know. Brian, are you prepared to wear a cocktail dress?
If you have to.
Absolutely.
We are discretionary at the door. I'm just kidding.
Gotcha.
But that's how we landed here, and
Wow.
then had a really during COVID, my wife had ended up needing somewhere to work, and I knew of a spot that was leasing, so we went there and looked at the space and a couple of the office buildings they had, and they just weren't quite right because they didn't have windows in them, and something out of the universe said, ask him if it has a basement.
Wow.
And I did, and he said, well, you don't want to work down there. The thing is, it's really bad, And I was like, can I see it anyway? And I walked down there and looked down this long room, and I just saw the entire vision for the Velvet Room. So.
And had you in the back of your mind had this dream for a long time to create something like the Velvet Room?
I did. So I came from a construction background, and growing up, my dad used this as free labor for my brother and I. So we learned every trade. He owned a residential construction company and then moved into commercial. So we learned both sides of the fence.
Isn't that fascinating that the two of you share this
Oh,
family
yeah.
contracting world?
Yeah. And so I had that background, but I was more of a designer of the family. So like I like to design things and then we build it together. And then my dad retired out of the construction industry into the restaurant industry.
Okay.
Which he said every day, what am I doing? He's like, I went from like, a 50-hour week to a 100-hour week in his retirement.
Yep.
But his wife that he remarried could cook, and she was amazing. And they had taken my grandmother's recipes and her recipes and had put it together and had a very, very two successful restaurants in Wildwood, Florida and Bushnell called the Speckled Butterbean.
Oh, I love that name. I love that name.
And then, and it did very well. Their fried chicken was he says, world famous. But he had a lot of people who came and interviewed them about their fried chicken. It was crazy.
Wow.
So it did very well. And then my brother got the bug, and he worked for my dad for a little while. He's 7 years younger. He wanted to build a restaurant. He asked me to come down and also be the free labor. I guess it runs in the family.
Oh, sure.
And we did it on a $30,000 budget. I went down to Florida and we did Fancies and designed and built that out. And that place actually also won design awards, which was amazing. It was the only place in Fort Myers that they started, I think we actually created that part of when they were giving out awards. They had never done that before. So we created a new category, which was super cool. My brother and I work really well together, and then I just had it in the back of my mind. I was like, gosh, I want to do something for me. And then my wife and I's first date in Atlanta, we were out walking around, and we saw this red telephone booth that looked like it was from the 1800s, stumbled upon it, and come to find out, that was actually a speakeasy called the Red Phone Booth, which they have one in Nashville now, but that was almost 8 years ago.
Wow.
And when we went in there, we were just both giddy about how cool the vibe was, and just all, the way that they presented cocktails as opposed to, a shot or a Jack and Coke, which is, standard in most bars.
Sure.
But this was more elevated spirits. They really put a lot of time and, molding the ice, and I was just fascinated with the whole idea of it. So yeah, I had that in the back of my mind for a very long time.
Well, I want to talk about both businesses, and then I want to talk about you have a joint effort coming up this weekend. I'm going to start with, first of all, when you initially said you opened up a speakeasy, I thought, wow. And you know why I said wow? What a term to attempt to create nationally at this point in political division, in the conflicts between people and so forth. Wouldn't the phrase speakeasy be a great national word or words right now? Let's speak easy to each other. And you begin to think about it, and it just really kind of gets my bones going. Lindsay, I'm going to ask you a key question. It's something that I keep asking, and I'm not quite sure what the answer is. Are people reading books?
I think a lot more people are reading books now.
Okay.
For sure. I think reading has, oddly enough, become more of a trend.
Considering technology,
Oh, yeah.
I consider my students, specifically, if they have to read more than one page, wow.
I think with my generation, we have started to realize that although technology is great and social media is a wonderful tool to use if you're using it correctly, it can become rather draining, and finding activities that you can just find some peace with, I think is really important. So crafting, reading, things like that. And I think there's so many great books and so many great authors. If you don't like to read, I just don't think you have found the type of book that you like to read.
Demographically, are more women reading than men, and are more older people reading than younger people? Can you divide it demographically, or does it just go all over the map?
I really think it goes all over the map. I would say kind of read too. And it has become rather popular. So we started a book club originally, and it was mostly women that signed up and came. We had a couple comments. They were like, oh, like it would be cool to have like a men's book club. So my fiance actually leads it, and they get to pick a book every 2 months.
Okay.
And they meet and discuss a book in whatever genre that they choose. So yeah, I would say it's definitely growing amongst both men and women, but I get all ages coming to the bookstore.
What makes your store so special? And you're brand new, relatively. You had a thought, you had a dream, you had a journey, you had a tour of what you wanted to do. You can't sell every book historically and contemporary. So how did you have a particular emphasis of who you wanted to attract?
Yeah, I really, growing up in Murfreesboro and on the square, I wanted a place that was entirely cozy, that you feel like you could sit in and stay for hours. Just a place where like you feel like the world kind of stops, time slows down, and that was the vibe that I was going for when building the Grand Exchange. So I think that really sets us apart, but also since we are a small bookstore, we actually fall into the classification of a micro bookstore. We are always ordering books for our customers, so we try to put a variety of different genres on the shelf, but if anybody is ever looking for anything specific, we can order it for them and have it ready for pickup at the store as soon as the following week.
Do you basically concentrate on fiction, nonfiction, combination of both?
So right now we're primarily fiction. We have a very large fantasy section, a larger romance section, but we are growing our nonfiction section. We think it'll actually have its own section of the store in the next coming of months. So that is really exciting. We're actually expanding. We're taking the other side of our building. So the current side will be transformed to a full bookstore, which is really exciting. And we'll be able to offer quite a few more titles.
And Lindsay, don't be shy about what else you sell. Because you're not just a bookstore.
Yes, we actually also sell plants and gifts. All of our plants are from a local nursery, and we have a couple people in-house that are experts with plants, and they will talk to you about them all day.
Wow. Do you ever have authors have a book showing?
Yes, we actually have an author signing at least once a month. This month we have 2. We have one on Saturday from 4 to 7. And then we have one next Friday from 12 to 2. And it's local authors. They can write business books. They can write fiction, nonfiction. This month we have a fiction author and it's a book. It's more of like a business book next Friday.
So that becomes your business administration degree coming to work.
And tying a little bit of it into it for sure.
All right, let's go back to the Daniel's facility, the Velvet. And if I were to walk into the Velvet, am I more apt to walk in there to drink, eat, or drink and eat? Or eat and drink?
Hey, how do you even walk in? Because you don't just walk in.
It's so fun.
That's what I was going to say, Bill.
Oh, go for it. Go. Now you got my full attention.
So in true speakeasy style, we wanted to create a space that was very authentic, a very prohibition 1920s. And as the stories are told and passed down, is that when prohibition was passed, the Volstead Act was passed, 33,000 clubs went underground almost overnight in the United States. So in doing that, keeping yourself cloaked from the law, or the fuzz as they would call it then. They usually would have back alley entrances, all password protected, just to make sure that the going ons in there was secret and private, which is where the term speakeasy came from. So we stuck with that. So you actually have to come down this really, creepy alley. One of the lights is actually out, Sarah, by the way.
Okay, I'll call the city.
So we need to find out about that. But you come down and, we always joke that the trash cans and the graffiti are just props. But they are authentic, and you come down the alleyway, and then we have a gated door that you can look through, and then there's a big huge vault, and there's an old 1920s phone on the wall.
Wow.
And there's a riddle that you have to solve for the password, and we change that every month. So you can take a look at it. Usually you will hear people out there discussing it with their friends, and it's not so hard that we don't want to keep people out. But it's a fun element to what we do. And then you open the phone, you call in, and our host will ask you what the password is, and then you give it, and then she always has a very coy response if you don't have it right, which is always fun. And then once you do get in, then she goes over kind of what we do. But to answer the actual question that you had, we are definitely a drink and eat place. We do tapas. We bring in, we do it more of an Italian fare. And I import a lot of our ingredients from Italy. Our breads are known for that. We have a more nutrient dense bread out of Italy that also does not have the glyphosate issues, and so we are actually what you call a gluten friendly. So
I have to look at Sarah on this one. I think I'm ultimately going to say what I'm going to say.
It's always about food.
Yes, Sarah brings a lot of your fellow business people from the square and downtown, and we always have, or generally always have, someone like Daniel that starts describing the food. And I haven't set up the stipulation yet that they ought to be bringing a sample. I was just thinking before we went on the air of Daniel describing meatballs, and I normally would not think of meatballs as a breakfast food. But the more I think about it, eggs and meatballs might not be a bad breakfast.
And not too bad.
Think about that. You have hamburger and eggs.
And their pizza, oh my goodness. Their flatbread pizza is
What's your favorite topping?
Delicious. I'm more of the I just focus on the cheese.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't you get the margarita?
Yeah.
So we actually soak our cherry tomatoes that go on the margarita in balsamic vinegar for 24 hours.
Wow.
So you get that little pinch in the back here.
Yep.
But everything is fresh. Everything is preservative free, which we like to refer as chef's choice. Just like our drinks. Excuse me. I was hoping not to bring that cough to this.
Oh, absolutely.
I actually have had
a lot of it around
for about a month. But yes, our cocktails are all elevated. Some of them have up to 15 steps to make them.
But you called them not cocktails.
So you're referring to, when we were talking in the hallway, a mocktail. So
Mocktail.
During our dry January, which a lot of people are doing, we actually curated a mocktail program. So we're not just doing, your what did you call them? Your
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple,
That's what you
Roy
call it,
Rogers,
Yeah,
the
we're
kiddies. Yep.
Yeah, we're not doing fruit juices. I mean,
Okay.
These are very, very elevated mocktails that are, everything from, we make our own cream for the top of an espresso martini.
Wow.
And then we grade Godiva chocolate on top, then with a little cayenne pepper. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into these cocktails.
You're relatively new to the community. Has MTSU discovered you yet, the students?
They have.
Okay.
We have a really good, customer base with that, but more so our professors. So
Wow.
we have quite a few professors.
I mean,
we
professors
also,
going to a speakeasy?
Yes, we offer membership as well, and
Okay.
we have several high up administrators that are members. And they signed up from the very beginning. One of the things with our speakeasy is that we require limited phone usage, which is liked among a lot of the, I would say, administration and people that just don't want to be bothered. They want their privacy.
Exactly.
They want to be able to have a cocktail. They want to be able to eat in peace and, sit on our, furniture that was all, made in the 1800s. It's very authentic. So when you walk in, you feel like you've gone through kind of in a time warp.
Now, people can buy food and take it out.
They can.
Can they buy food, take it out, and then go to the bookstore and read a book in a nice, comfortable chair?
That's what I would
definitely
recommend.
Or get a book, go to the Velvet Room.
Oh, yeah.
And then read the book while you sip on a drink.
Wow.
Or if there's a wait, come in and shop, pick up a book, and then whenever your spot is ready.
Yeah.
And if you
That's
don't
right.
have the appropriate clothes, I'm sure there's a store nearby that
Oh,
you can buy
yes.
clothes.
Let's talk about Saturday. What's happening Saturday?
Yes, so...
And the weather's going to be fairly good, I understand. Friday's going to be nearly 60 degrees, but Saturday should be good.
I know Friday is beautiful, but Saturday it's looking like we're not having any rain, no snow, no ice. But we are doing an event that's called Life of a Borough Girl, which
Oh,
is...
stop with that. I love that. How about a borough guy?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Everybody is welcome.
All right.
This is a coin on the Taylor Swift album, The Life of a Showgirl.
All right.
So each, we are partnered with 12 other businesses, and each business stop is a different song on the Life of a Showgirl album. So it is like a passport crawl. You will go to one of the first two stops, which is either the Grand Exchange or Skin Confidence off of Spring Street. And you will pick up a passport card, and on the passport card, you'll have instructions. You have to stop at each business, say hello, check out their stop. We have different banners, different decor. There's Taylor Swift and Valentine's themed items. So if anybody's looking for a Valentine's gift, this is the perfect time to come out and shop. But you'll collect your sticker, and each sticker is a different letter. That is the password to the Velvet Room, which is the final stop for the evening.
Okay.
And if I'm understanding correctly, there will be a themed drink of the night, correct?
There will be. Yeah.
Yes.
I would hope.
Sure.
I would hope that Daniel will go back into the closet and bring out that old guitar when he was a rocker a number of years ago and do a Taylor Swift song as the destination point of the Velvet.
Oh man.
I bet you could. I bet you could. And
That's
would
a
do
tall
that.
order, Bill.
I
However,
know, but I bet it's a great order.
I probably could pull that off.
Yeah. How's that sound as a highlight? And I mean, I'm going to have Daniel back here. We have another gentleman from Montclair State who comes every 2 to 3 months and plays my favorite music. It goes back. Of course, I started out life as a rock DJ in Hawaii, so my reference of rock goes back to the days of Elvis and Fats Domino, etc. But when you talk about contemporary, the 80s and 90s, the first part of the 21st century, I can see this program. Again, I go back to Middle Tennessee or Montclair, or Montclair students in Smyrna, mainly those that live within the Rutherford County area. I think it would be a phenomenal event. Does it cost to buy a passport? Or?
It does not. The event is entirely free.
Okay.
And if you fill the passport, you'll be able to drop it off to enter a giveaway.
Wow.
And in the giveaway, we have different gift items, gift cards from participating businesses, items like that.
Where does it start?
It starts at, you can pick either location. It will start at the Grand Exchange, which is 21 South Public Square, or it will start at Skin Confidence, which is on the corner of Spring Street, and I think, is it College Street?
College Street.
College Street.
Wow. And it goes all day long?
It is from 4 to 7.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And parking, of course, is always easily accessible in the square.
Yes, we have parking available on the square. There are the parking garages, both attached to the library and on Maple Street.
And it would appear to appeal to all ages. When you mention Taylor Swift, of course, that brings out the preteens, the early teens, and now the early teeners and the late teeners that have now become the young 20-year-olds. But it would appeal to all ages, I'm assuming.
Yes, and there's activities at each business, and just a night full of fun shopping and things like that would appeal to everybody.
Before we get back to that, I want Sarah, and every time Sarah is here, another major event in the community that draws people to downtown Murfreesboro. And I really have to commend Sarah and her board, her officers, the organization, for really livening up this downtown. Even though there's plans to do major physical renovation of the downtown, I think the consumer renovation of downtown Murfreesboro is second to none. So briefly, Sarah, talk about not only this event, but other events coming up as we look for warmer weather in the springtime.
Yeah, well, we're excited in February. Actually, February the 24th is
Okay.
the Main Street Annual Celebration. So that's where we get to celebrate downtown businesses that have done different things, achieved different stuff. The Main Street Board celebrated. That's where Daniel received the Design Award last year. Last year. And actually, Lindsay, I didn't even think about that, but Lindsay is... This is the grand announcement. The Grand Exchange is receiving, they're one of 3 businesses that are receiving the Downtown Design Award this year because Lindsay completely transformed what was an office space and just made it into something different that brought foot traffic and brought consumerism and people downtown. So we're excited to celebrate her business along with Jefferson's, what they did with the fire Korean barbecue, and then they turned it into Jefferson's. They just completely transformed that building that had been sitting vacant for years. And then there's a new build with Michael Busey State Farm that's down Maple Street or down Walnut Street. That's a new build that we're celebrating. But different things like that. The community is welcome to come. There's information on our website, but it's the annual celebration. And Dr. Gloria Bonner will be celebrated with the Doug Young Leadership Award for all that she has done for this community.
Greater person.
Yeah, so she served on the board for like over 20 years, so we're excited to celebrate her. But the community is welcome to come to that. That's at the Walnut House on February 24th, and it's an after-hours 4:30 to 6 celebration.
Fantastic. Any major events coming beyond this Saturday as we hopefully thaw out and get into the first day of spring?
Yeah, well, I know in March is our first official Sip, Shop, and Stroll, the Downtown After 5 event, and we're going to do it on Thursday evening. And so all of the businesses they all stay open late from 5 to 8 p.m., and they offer sweet treats and things to sip on, and it's just a fun atmosphere to come out at night and walk around for the retail
we missed
stores.
one thing. You can tell the older one gets, the less one remembers events they should be remembering. But February 14th, that's just around the corner.
I know. Well,
What are we doing for Valentine's Day?
So many things.
Let's talk about Valentine's at the bookstore, Pots and Plants. That's right. And talking about meatballs and a neat drink.
Yeah. If you want a unique experience, I would say bring your Valentine downtown. There are just so many very creative ways to celebrate your love, your friendships with others in the historic downtown. Lots of small businesses that are doing some really cool stuff.
Are they going to be open later on the 14th?
I know that I am, and I know that a couple other businesses will be, such as Lilbert Vintage over by Jack Brown's. But I'll be open 5 to 8. We're doing a build your own flower bouquet bar. We'll be doing buy one, get one free hardcover books. And a couple other fun little things. We'll have some sweet treats if you want to stop in after dinner, or if you're waiting to get into a restaurant.
I would hate to use this as a downtown Murfreesboro advertising campaign, but I would see it on radio, I would see it on any access. Have you forgotten what day it is tomorrow? If you have forgotten, let's solve your issue. Take your sweetie downtown, and this is what we're going to have at downtown Murfreesboro.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. More conversation. I find this delight, but I'm still thinking of meatballs. I don't know. You really got me going, Daniel. But we'll be right back in a couple of moments after our sponsors pay the way.
Lace up.
takes all of us to power a community, both in plain sight and behind the scenes. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
Are you tired of feeling like just another number with your insurance provider? At Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna, Agent Rick Hall prides himself on offering personalized service that puts you first. Every client's needs are unique. From personal home and auto coverage to tailored business insurance, Rick Hall's got you covered. Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna, where you're more than just a policy number. You're a neighbor.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net.
Good Neighbor Events is brought to you by the law offices of John Day, AmeriCare Pest Control, and Old National Bank.
This is a paid legal ad.
My name is Ty, and I was seriously injured by a truck.
It did not cost me a thing to talk to the law office of John Day. Not one penny.
The law office of John Day, they were great. They got us to a point to where we're satisfied and comfortable.
Turn left, they're there. You turn right, they're there. They was just there. And to me, they're the number one. They're the number one in the world.
Injured by a big truck? Trust the law offices of John Day.
They saved my life.
Let's check those WGNS Good Neighbor events. Greenhouse Ministries needs volunteers. The easiest thing is to attend one of their volunteer orientation sessions. Those are held every Wednesday afternoon at 2, as well as every Thursday morning at 10. And if neither of those fits your schedule, come by on the last Saturday of each month at 9 in the morning. Greenhouse Ministries is at 307 South Academy Street in Murfreesboro. The Red Cross is still critically low on blood, more so than ever. Please give the gift of life. Phone the Red Cross at 800-RED-CROSS and make an appointment to give blood at a time that fits your schedule. Here in Rutherford County, the Red Cross is at 501 Memorial Boulevard. Don't throw away old glory. Bring your tattered American flag to WGNS and let the girls from BSA Troop 2019 at Trinity United Methodist Church retire it with dignity. Plus, we also recycle Bibles. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford weather.
Partly cloudy today with a high of 39. Lows around 27. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies expected. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Vuchitsky on News Radio WGNS. Right now, it's 24 degrees.
WGNS is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Use caulk or weather stripping to seal leaks around your windows. Stopping drafts is one of the quickest ways to lower your winter bill. Get more ideas at mte.com/myenergyplan.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Crowds returning on the WGNS Radio Roundtable on a Thursday morning, as most hopefully we're beginning to thaw out. I think all of us are looking forward to tomorrow, Friday, when the temperature is predicted to be nearing 60. I want to ask people long about July and August listening. Are you still hoping that the weather is approaching 60? One of the things I'd like to ask both of you, since both of your families were in construction, You involved family members in terms of the revitalization and remodeling of the buildings, working with the city of Murfreesboro. Just the ability to revitalize, refresh a building that goes back 100, 150 years. Do you have problems with electrical permits and fire permits and so forth? Okay.
Let's focus on the positive.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I luckily didn't have any issues.
Great.
I was remodeling a building that was built in 1887, and a basement no less. So let's just say it came with its challenges.
Oh, absolutely. But you know that, as Sarah just pointed out, that's a congratulations to somebody who will take the opportunity to do something that is extraordinarily difficult, just to meet code, extraordinarily difficult, just to be in compliance, and take a building that's 150 years old and do some things. We congratulate you for taking that opportunity.
Yeah, that actually was the challenge, honestly.
Sure.
At the end of the day was trying to, be in alignment with your vision and wanting to do, these amazing things like our door. We're known for our vault door.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 43-inch gold vault door that you come through. And to make that compliant with having, a panic device on it, which is required, having it being able to close in 8 seconds, be able to open it within, 5 pounds of pressure. We're talking about a 400-pound door, so we had to add an extra set of hinges, ball bearing hinges that could hold 1,500 pounds of weight each. I mean, there was, quite the challenges, but to try to meet the code. But we are, I would say, we are code compliant, and it was, again, challenging, but and that's why the build out was so long. It took about 2 years. We signed the lease in October of 2024. 2023. That's right. And then we didn't actually officially open up, or no, 2022. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what year it is, Bill.
Time flies.
Oh my gosh,
Especially when you're having fun with meatballs.
Yeah, so we, good Lord. It was October of 2022, and then we opened November 22nd of 2024.
2 years you were down in that hole.
I was. 15-hour days. And I got to tell you, I'm just going to props to my wife, who's probably listening. She was the real hero in this story, because at the end of the day...
And her name is?
Crystal. Crystal
Oh,
Creech,
that's a great name.
Beautiful woman.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm inclined to agree. I'm very blessed. They say I outkicked my coverage, is what I hear, because she's like a 10, and I'm like, I'm like a 3 or 4.
Don't undersell yourself. You're a very.
But thanks, Bill. But at the end of the day, we had just had our newborn. So she was like 1 year old when we took the project on. Plus, she was working a full-time job to kind of keep us afloat.
It's a daughter, your newborn?
She is. Yeah, her name's Ireland.
What a beautiful name if you had called her Velvet.
Velvet?
Oh, no, seriously, for a little girl, Velvet. I mean, I want to, in a moment or two, find out how you got the name Velvet. But I got an earlier question for you, and we haven't forgotten you. Lindsay, we'll get back to you. You must have done a lot of hands-on research to see what was a speakeasy literally like during the 1920s. Did you ever journey down to Mount Eagle, where the speakeasy where Al Capone used to hang out on his way down to Florida?
You know what? I didn't. I've heard about it several times, but definitely with resource materials that we have available, everything from Google to old manuscripts and books. I was able to really get a lot of information that I could put together to kind of, in the design and, to be able to be as authentic as possible.
Does the younger generation appreciate the historical value of this?
I do. I think so. I find that to be very true. As a matter of fact, when they come in, you see them, they take a lot of pictures with the couches and that are from the 1800s. All of our, furniture and our lighting is all authentic to...
And I'd like to ask you this, entertainment, music.
Yes. So we do. We're not just a food and drink space in a true speakeasy style. There was a lot of dancing. There was a lot of music. Jazz was really being, I don't want to say it was born out of the speakeasy era, but...
when you're talking jazz, you're talking Dixieland more than the contemporary jazz.
Exactly. And a lot of the artists, the Duke, all these different artists that came out at that time. So what we try to do is we try to keep a very, traditional vibe as far as keeping the entertainment going. So Fridays and Saturdays we have entertainment from 8 to 11, and we're not country Broadway type entertainment. We actually have Motown, we have blues, we have jazz, we have artists that do Frank Sinatra. They do a lot of jazz versions of contemporary new songs. That's Blonde Bullet. We have a plethora of entertainment that is absolutely amazing.
You know what would be a neat idea, and then Lindsay, stand by. A neat idea. MTSU has a very strong music program. MTSU faculty continually look for projects, whether they're a thesis requirement or just class course projects. It'd be interesting to get a group who are musicians, and they're given the assignment to define what was the typical ideal music, as you made reference to, during the heyday of the speakeasy, and let them put on a concert.
That's interesting that you say that, Bill. I just so happen to have a band that comes in. It's Miles and the Fat Cats.
They are so good.
Miles and the Fat Cats.
They performed for us once.
They're actually they're professors at
MTSU. Really?
They're jazz professors, and they're like in their 20s. It's amazing, and they are incredible.
They are incredible.
Well, will they play 1920s music?
They play everything.
Okay.
Which we found that our customer base loves variety. So we'll have artists in there that will do, pop and rock genres in the, 90s to 2000s, early 2000s. We have one particular artist, Alex Jordan, got a standing ovation actually as he was walking out of the building. That has never happened before, but he was literally doing stuff like Matchbox 20 all the way to Backstreet Boys, and it was amazing. And they love him. But then, we have Blonde Bullet, who's jazz renditions of popular songs. She does that. And then we have Carter Elliott, who is, he plays all over, but he does a lot of dueling pianos. He's an unbelievable piano player. Wow. He's actually on the 26th of February, we're doing open mic. It's our first one. And he'll be back being the backdrop and back music. You can actually sign up. You put in the song that you want. You can come in and do an open mic, which is essentially an audition for playing the Velvet Room. We have Brendan Doyle on this Saturday, who is, he'll be starting at 8 o'clock. He is absolutely amazing. I can't speak enough about the artists. I'm very blessed that way that we have been able to, access through a gentleman by the name of Jannard Cross, who is... he is so connected, and he just has his ear to the ground when it comes to artists out of Nashville that play, not the typical stuff that you would see if you want the Broadway experience with country music and your Morgan Wallen and your Luke Bryan and things like that. But being able to get artists to come all the way to Murfreesboro is very difficult. However, when they see the space and they come in, they are just like, oh my goodness, like this, I love this place. Lisa Law, we've got her coming. She is amazing. She's an Aretha Franklin type style singer who is, she is just stunning in every way and such a great person too. So we are definitely blessed in our entertainment.
I don't think we asked you before your address.
112 South Maple.
Okay.
Down the alley. So it will bring you to the front of the building, which people usually get up there and they're, gosh, where is this place? But you have to go around to the back of the building, down the alley in traditional speakeasy style.
Do people come wearing the clothes of the era?
All the time.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have groups of ladies. I have a couple other groups that are, mixed men and women who will literally come in like your gangster 1920s and the ladies in the flapper dresses. it's pretty neat. Since we do have a dress code, we ask that you just don't wear like athletic, sports type stuff with ball caps, and jeans are okay, but nicer jeans, not
decorative jeans.
Yeah. We just be respectful of the place and the environment. And I will tell you, it has been amazing, because when we first started, it was about 90% of the people didn't really understand it, because we were the first official dress code in Murfreesboro.
Mm-hmm.
But now our patrons embrace it. They love to just get dressed, put on a cocktail dress, put on a suit, and come out and enjoy some entertainment, enjoy some really good music, and an elevated cocktail.
Fantastic. Lindsay, you have a fiance.
I do.
At least give us his name.
Yes, his name is Ross. Ross is actually also originally from Atlanta, which
okay.
I think is really funny.
Well, this cross current is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wasn't named after Friends.
He actually was. Yes. And what's funnier is my cousin's name is Chandler, and he was also named from Friends.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Which is my wife's favorite show, by the way.
Okay.
So
look at this crossover. Amazing.
Yeah.
Sarah, you must have planned it this way.
Yes. Always there's some kind of connection. Yeah. I don't usually plan it. It just happens.
Now, both of you, and I can certainly know the answer to this, but both of you were hands-on getting your facilities designed and implemented.
Yes.
As Daniel said, 15 hours down in the basement.
Yeah.
I was really lucky with my dad being as skilled of a craftsman as he is. He built all of my bookshelves and all of the furniture in the store. And we tried our best not to disturb any of the building that was there. We got really lucky. The floors had been replaced in the last couple of years, so they are bamboo floors. The ceiling had been restored and tiled, but the walls we did not want to drill into, since it is the full original brick of the building. So we have local artists housed in the space, and we sell their art alongside our books and our plants. But on the top, we actually had beams go across, so we didn't have to hang up each individual piece. We put the beams up on the wall, so then we could put the art into the beams instead of put so many holes into the walls. So it kept everything as original as we could.
What a great Valentine's gift to give your other special person a special book and a plant. To develop a compatibility, and then a direction to go get a wonderful drink and wonderful meal down the street. See, you can do Valentine's planning just off the top of listening to the round table, and it's right here for you. Absolutely. We're going to take a little word right now, Brian. A little word, and then we'll be back with the big word.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
What's the location of your emergency? I think my kid OD'd.
Hi, I'm Craig Harris. I'm County Commissioner of Rutherford County. One of the reasons I ran for office is because I wanted to bring awareness to the opioid epidemic that's impacting our county. To stop providing this epidemic with people as we educate them. We have a lot to do, and we have to come together as a community because this problem is not going away.
When the weather turns bad, minutes, even seconds matter.
This is an early heads up for southern Rutherford County.
Rutherford Weather brings you live radar and expert meteorologist insight, giving you the early heads up when storms threaten.
A lot of areas are going to see some impacts from this storm.
From analysis to live camera views, we keep you informed before, during, and after the storm.
I think the vast majority of the hail with this now is going to be quarter to perhaps golf ball size.
Rutherford Weather. Stay ahead of the storm.
If I had to rate the office of John Day,
I would definitely give him a 5-star rating.
a 20 stars.
Probably like 100 stars.
John Day's office was wonderful.
They are caring.
Call the law offices of John Day.
I would recommend them to everyone.
Over 1,000 times a year, a lawyer refers someone who needs help in a personal injury or wrongful death case to us because we treat every referral in a timely, professional way. Trust the lawyers other lawyers trust. Trust the law offices of John Day.
Hey, Rutherford County sports fans, from auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more, trust your local State Farm agents. Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, Emerson Williams, Alex Williams, Dana Womack, and Andy Womack. This powerful team lives here, works here, and are your neighbors. They're ready to help you manage everyday risk, recover from the unexpected, and realize your dreams. Contact Celeste, Ron, Emerson, Alex, Dana, or Andy for all of your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Bill Krause, final moment or two of the WGNS Radio Roundtable, Thursday morning edition. Daniel, first a closing comment, and then Lindsay, including a restatement of what's happening Saturday.
So first and foremost, Bill, thanks for having us on tonight.
It's our pleasure.
Today, this morning.
Well, it seems like tonight.
And for Sarah for putting all this together and inviting us. And I just got to tell you, she has been so wonderful in, being in our corner. Every business needs somebody that is really just out there advocating for us, talking about it. And she's the real deal.
Yes,
she really does that.
We agree.
She's brought people into our space. She's actually been there herself. It's not just always talk. And my wife and I, my family, just appreciate you so much for that. But just kind of in closing, the Velvet Room is an entertainment space. Check out we have a calendar coming very soon on our website, so you'll be able to see our different events. Wednesday night is our movie night. So we do cinema. It's our bootlegger cinema club, and we change the theme every single month. So as for like October, it's Halloween movies. On December, it's all your Christmas movies. Right now, we're rom-com month. Last month was I Love the 80s. We did everything from Footloose, The Goonies to Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller. Last night we did Patrick Swayze Wednesday. Oh, okay. We did Ghost and Dirty Dancing, and we had a wonderful night last night. Had some really, had a lot of people come out for that. So we're doing some cool stuff, and we just appreciate the city of Murfreesboro for being such support. And then we're really excited about the event on Saturday.
And one more time, give time, date, place, highlights?
Yes, the event this Saturday will be from 4 to 7, and it will start at the Grand Exchange, which is 21 South Public Square, where you can pick up your passport. There you'll find a map, and you'll see the businesses that are listed to visit to get your stickers, which will give you the password to the Velvet Room, which is where the night ends.
Wow. And you have entertainment that night?
We do. Brendan Doyle, who is absolutely phenomenal.
And the meatballs will be big and hot?
They will be hot.
And I just want to thank you again, too, for having us. The Grand Exchange absolutely is so lucky to be on the square, and we are extremely lucky to be working with Main Street Murfreesboro and Sarah and all of its board members, and we are really excited to be a member of the downtown community.
And Sarah, final closeout comment?
Thanks for highlighting downtown businesses. I mean, these guys, they don't stop working. I think when you're an entrepreneur and you own a small business, it is your life. It's your family's resources.
Yeah.
Everybody's in. Kind of like a nonprofit. Everybody comes and picks up trash and cleans toilets at the end of the day. So
definitely.
We just want to encourage the community to choose local and to support your historic downtown with over 300 businesses downtown. These are people that live and work beside you, so choose to support them.
We appreciate all three of you being with us. It concludes with the idea that a city is more than tall buildings, A city is more than wide streets. A city is more than sewers and water systems. A city is successful because of its people. And the people who are in the downtown Murfreesboro group certainly are an asset to Murfreesboro. We hope all of you throughout Rutherford County and our neighboring counties will consider this as a primary destination point. See you next week. Stay safe, stay warm.
WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.